Okay, I want to get my starter ready to bake bread. I just pulled this starter out of the refrigerator. It looks good. Nothing I need to scrape off. I might give it a quick little stir, and then I am going to pour 50 grams of this starter into my jar. I've also zeroed out my scale with my jar on it, so we're probably familiar on doing that, like that. Now, 50 grams I'm gonna pour in there. That 50 grams of starter, I'm gonna add 50 grams of water, and then just give it a stir with my knife. And now 50 grams of unbleached bread flour, I'm gonna put right in there and give that another quick stir with my knife. Just gave that a quick stir. I took a spatula here, scraped down the sides, and I went ahead and put a rubber band marking the top level here, because this will help me see how much this starter has risen. So now all I'm gonna do is either you can put the lid on here without the ring, we don't want it tight, just like this, and then leave it on your counter overnight or throughout the day, or you can also cover it with instead a piece of plastic wrap like that, and then let it sit out on your counter. When it has doubled, then you know it is active and ready to go for bread. So this was the original starter I pulled out of the refrigerator, and I took part of that to refeed. What do I do with this? Well, I actually go ahead and throw it back in the fridge and hang on to it until I know this has been doing well. And so when this is doubled, I will not need all of this. I will remember to save back a little bit, ideally at least 50 grams of starter. I'll put that in a jar, be ready to go the next time. You can do stuff with your starter, but as long as you know you've got some to put back, you can discard the extra so you don't have a growing beast of starter. It is the next morning, and this is what my starter looks like, and this is a fantastic rise. And if you look inside, you see lots of active bubbles. This means that your sourdough starter is ready to bake bread with. So I'm going to take a portion of this, what my recipe calls for, out to bake bread. The remaining of this, I am going to do one of two things. If I'm not going to bake again right away, I'm going to just put the lid and the ring on it and put it in the refrigerator. If I'm going to bake right away, then I'm going to refeed it and leave it out on the counter and go again. If you're not seeing this kind of rise, at least doubling, then what you're going to want to do is take this, probably take about half of it, and then refeed it again. Remember, your ratio always stays the same. 1 part starter, 1 part flour, 1 part water.